Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're once again building a house based on a real life floor plan. And this house is basically a big box. I've just been liking the look of these more modern houses that basically all look like just boxes. I don't know why, I've just been really liking it lately. And this speed build is gonna have to be split into two parts. Because it was about, I think it was like 40-45 minutes long when I edited it, so I just split it up into two. So this first part is gonna be me building the shell and doing the downstairs pretty much, and then adding all the windows, of course. And the second part is gonna be like the upstairs, and I think the outside and all the decorating of the outside maybe. I filmed this a little while back, so I don't exactly remember what I did in which part. Because this is pre-filmed, like all my most recent videos are, because I will be on vacation when you see this. I will be going to Denmark for about 10 days, and after that I will be spending some time with my best friend. And I know you guys are all probably gonna think that I'm being very irresponsible considering what's going on in the world, but I am being as responsible as I can be. We're going to Denmark because my parents has a house there. So we will be kind of isolated. It is in a very small town. It's about an hour and a half away from the capital of Denmark, which is Copenhagen. So it's a small town. We're gonna be in a house. We're gonna be in our own house. We're not gonna be in a hotel or anything. So we're being as responsible as we can with that. And my friend is coming to stay with me at my parents' house, and we will be trying to not go out as much, and because she lives I think it's about 6 hours away by train maybe, so we do live quite a bit apart, and the only time that we really get to see each other is during the summer. And she is my best friend. We've been best friends for 10 years now. So it's been really difficult for me it was difficult for me to come to terms with the fact that I probably wouldn't be able to see her this summer. So when we did find a way that we could meet up, we just had to take that chance. And she has always been a pretty isolated person, so if you think I'm irresponsible, that's fine, but I mean, I'm trying my best, I promise. I'm being as careful as I can. Anyway, back to the house. I got really... The thing that kind of caught my attention with this house was these little things that were sticking on the side. I'm gonna link the exact house plan that I used down below in the description box. But the thing that really stood out to me were these little things on the side, the little awnings, I think that's what they're called anyway. And I really wanted to use these new glass ones from Eco Lifestyle. I think they really suited the vibe of this house. And then I'm using these windows from the Mosquito Stuff Pack. If you are a builder and you're considering adding a new stuff pack to your collection, I would definitely recommend the Mosquito Stuff Pack, because that comes with some really great build items and, well, not just build items, build and buy mode items. All the windows and doors and all the furniture and stuff. I really recommend those for builders. I've been using those quite a bit myself, actually. My most downloaded build on the gallery, I think it has like 40 to 50 downloads. I know that's not a lot. I'm not a I'm not a big YouTuber in any type of way, and I'm not that popular on the gallery yet either. But my most popular build there actually has a lot of these Moschino windows. I think I built like a... Oh my god, what did I call it? I think I called it like Extra AF Penthouse or something like that. That because I built like a penthouse that was very luxurious with a big pool and a jet ski and a soccer field and lots of things like that. So a very luxurious penthouse. That's what has the most downloads of my gallery at the moment. But it's not the build that I'm most proud of, actually. I probably couldn't even choose which build is my favorite one, because I've built so many cool houses lately. But I think the one that I personally like the most is I built my realistic dream home. I'm probably gonna be building my unrealistic dream home as well pretty soon. Yeah, I was really proud of that one. That's I think that has to be like my favorite, definitely. It's a little cute 1-bedroom house. It has, I think I would call it like 1.5 floors, because the upper floor is just like a little loft area with a bed and stuff, a bed and a computer, and it's pretty tiny. It's on the tiniest 20 by 20 lot on the island in the Get Together world, the island in Windenburg. So it has like a very nice view of the ocean and lots of windows on the back that are facing the ocean and things like that. So I think that's one of my favorite ones that I've done, at least really recently. But I do hold a special place in my heart for all my builds. And you can see me trying to figure out the floor plan here. I struggled with this a little bit because I couldn't... The windows were supposed to be in the middle of this room that I'm starting to fidget around with a little bit right now. And it was just a little bit difficult for me to find the right proportions and stuff, but I think I figured it out eventually. It might not look exactly like the floor plan, but I got it as close as I could, at least. And I really do like how this turned out in the end. It is a very, very big build. I think it's 3 or 4 bedrooms. I don't remember exactly. I think it's 3 maybe. I know I had 2 kids' rooms for sure, and then I had a master suite with an ensuite bathroom. But I don't remember exactly. I'm still trying to add... I'm still adding windows to this house, and you're gonna see me changing these windows out quite a bit, because I couldn't decide which windows worked the best for this house. I was gonna use these small ones, but I ended up choosing ones that were more rectangular rather than square. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be picking those up pretty soon here, because I just wasn't happy with how these looked. I thought they were just a little bit too small, because the house and the floor plan of the house that I had found had more rectangular windows. So I did choose these ones from the base game eventually instead, because they had the right gray swatch. Yeah. So that's the house I'm building today. I ended up really liking it, and I wouldn't say that I can see myself using it, because I very rarely use the house that I build in my actual gameplay. I mostly build houses just because I think it's fun, mostly for just the creative process of it. I love interior decorating, as I'm sure you might have been able to tell from by now. I do. I've always enjoyed decorating in The Sims more than like building houses. It's only this past year, maybe, that I've actually started to build houses myself. Before, I used to pick houses from the gallery that I liked the outside of, and then I would just place them with no furniture and then just redo it the way I liked it. That's usually what I did. So it's been really fun for me to get out of that comfort zone and actually start to build things myself. And I think I'm pretty good at it. Not to like toot my own horn or anything, but I really do think that the things I build look pretty good. Yeah. I probably sounded very like overconfident there or something, but yeah, I do really like my own builds. I really do. I wouldn't say I'm like the best builder out there, of course. I'm sure there are people who are much better at this than me. And it's hard for me to... It's just difficult for me to claim that I'm a great builder and claim that I'm like just so creative and so good at this, but because what I do usually is I just copy a real life floor plan. That's my style of building. That's how I like to do it. It's just been my MO recently, I guess you would say. So it's hard for me to claim that I'm like this great creative person when I kind of feel a bit like a fraud. I suppose that's kind of an imposter syndrome thing. Just sharing all my insecurities here. Oh, and deflecting with humor, of course. That's just me. So yeah, it's hard for me to try to claim that I'm a creative person when I generally feel like I'm not, because I'm just copying with what somebody else has drawn up basically. But I'm still pretty proud of what I'm doing, because it is still kind of difficult to copy something from a real life floor plan and put it into The Sims. It is a difficult thing to do because the proportions can be a bit off and things like that. But like exactly like with this staircase, the proportions were kind of off because I wanted it to be like a double wide staircase, but then it got too tall and it had to fit that 3 wide wall, and the only way that it could do that was if it was just 1 tile wide, unfortunately. So that's just what I had to do eventually, but I ended up really liking it. Or maybe I did manage to do it. I can't remember actually. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what I do with that staircase, because I have a vague little memory of me changing it out so that it actually can be double wide, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm still fidgeting around with it here. Yeah, I did manage to make it fit, didn't I? I think I did. So I'm deleting the... Yeah, I did manage to make it fit. I remembered correctly. My memory is usually not the best, but this time I actually remembered it correctly. Yeah. I really do like that staircase. And then I saw that the staircase was supposed to be like this, a U shape, but there was no way that I could make that fit the way that it was supposed to fit. I couldn't make it long enough, unfortunately, so it just had to be like that instead. I was just like, no, I give up. It's fine enough as it is. The floor plan in this house is a little bit strange and weird, but I ended up really liking it in the end, and it would be fun to use it for gameplay sometimes. Sorry, just getting comfortable there. I'm actually laying on my bed right now when I'm recording this. It's my usual position for recording voiceovers. I'm usually just on my bed relaxing, because I have a very small desk that I can switch and turn, because my desk is in my bedroom, but I can turn the desk so that it's facing my bed instead of facing a wall. So I can just lie on my bed and watch YouTube or Netflix or record voiceovers, apparently. So I'm adding just... this was supposed to be like a under-the-counter wine cooler thing, like a short thing, but all the wine cooler station things that came with Dine Out are just tall. So I had to use those instead, and that's a little coffee station right there. I thought that was a really nice touch. And then a little pantry here with a microwave, which I also thought was pretty cool. I've never really done that before. And once again, I'm using these counters from Island Living. I told you guys, these are my favorites. I find myself using them quite a bit. And there's actually going to be quite a bit of Dine Out content in this build. Both the olives and the peppers are from Dine Out, I think. I don't remember exactly where those... Oh yeah, those fruits came with backyard patios. I think it was patio stuff, backyard stuff, something like that. I don't remember what it was called exactly, but yeah, it looked really good in that little pantry area. Just fidgeting around with the windows here, trying to figure out what the best way of doing this was, because the windows were supposed to like stick out a little, and I did remember that we got those windows like that with Eco Lifestyle that stick out just a little bit from the wall. I thought that was a really nice touch, and I really wanted to keep that in this build instead of just doing something flat, so that it had a little bit more shape and it wasn't just a big rectangular box as it is right now, as it was before. But yeah, and then this was also like something that I haven't really seen before with a long sideboard like that. I think they call it like a buffet. I'm not exactly sure. It was a little bit strange, but I ended up kind of liking it, honestly. I thought it was a really nice touch. So just adding some... Sorry, my voice is getting so sore. I've been filming... I think this is like the 6th voiceover I'm doing in 2 days. So my voice is kind of failing me, and I'm sorry. I'm really hoping that I can get another voiceover done right after this one, the voiceover for the next part of this build series. But we'll see. I might have to take a little bit of a break, have some water. I have been drinking some raspberry mojitos. I am a little bit tipsy right now. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, I think we're gonna be moving on to the kitchen right now. Yeah, that's what's happening here. I really do like how this kitchen turned out. I think it looks pretty nice, and this kitchen was supposed to have a freezer on one side and a fridge on the other, but we don't have separate freezers in The Sims 4, so I just had to use 2 fridges instead. I'm again trying to figure out the floor plan here, because it was supposed to have double ovens, and then this wall was supposed to like fit properly. It was a whole thing. I think I managed to make it work eventually by making these by turning these counters into the end pieces, because the end pieces on some of these counters are a little bit smaller, a little bit more narrow. So that's how I made that work. I think you guys saw me use these counters with these cupboards in one of my previous videos. The one with the house that had the rounded front with all the windows on it. I think I used the same counters in that build. I've told you these are my favorites. And now I'm starting to work on the island, and the island was also a little bit of weird shape for me. It was like a big rectangle, and I struggled a little bit with figuring out how that was supposed to work. And I had to alt place the counters eventually just to make it fit the way I wanted it to, but I think it turned out pretty cool in the end. Yeah. And this counter was also supposed to have like a trash compactor. I think that's what they were called. I think we had those in like Sims 1, maybe Sims 2. but we don't have them in The Sims 4 just yet. So instead of having a dishwasher and a trash compactor, this island just has 2 dishwashers. So it has 2 fridges, 2 ovens, and 2 dishwashers. Very luxurious indeed. So I'm still fidgeting around a little bit with the counter space here, and that's me adding the double dishwashers. But I ended up really liking this idea of having a big rectangular island like that. And these bar stools came with Get Famous, I believe, and they just match the wood tones on these counters so perfectly, and I thought that just looked really nice, to be honest. Just adding a little bit of fruit there for decoration, and the dishwashing rack. I don't know what you call that, but it's a little rack where you place the dishes when you have hand washed them. I used one of those from Parenthood. Parenthood came with a lot of nice decorations, honestly. I really like that. So this was supposed to be like a built-in TV unit, kind of. And it was really difficult for me to get that because this little thing was clipping so bad, and it wasn't clipping that much on the other side. I don't know what was wrong with that. I think it was maybe the light was hitting it wrong or something, but it was really bugging me that it was clipping and just flimmering around like that. I didn't like that at all, but I ended up making it work. I think I switched out these for some. Yeah, I did. I chose to do something else instead, which actually turned out to look pretty cool as well. I think I used a new thing from one of the new sideboards from Eco Lifestyle, maybe. I think that's what I ended up doing, actually. Anyway, yeah, just trying to figure out something that could work in this little area here. And yeah, I did use the new one from Eco Lifestyle. It is so cheap, it is so cute. I've been using it in quite a lot of my builds recently. I didn't limit myself in this build either. I just built with all the packs that I had, so this build is probably gonna have about 1 million packs in it. And I decided to use these couches from Get Famous along with these chairs from Tiny Living. And the wood tones on these actually match. Like, I know that EA gets a lot of shit for their wood tones, which I understand because the orange one is not cute and it's hard to find something that matches that exact wood tone. But with these lighter wood tones, they actually have quite a few things that matches them, both from Get Famous and Tiny Living, and even Island Living with those counters. Those match these couches pretty perfectly with the wood tones and everything. So they can do a decent job if they want to, but not as much with the more orange wood tones. I'm not sure why they even have those. I very rarely use them. Yeah, I think we're getting towards the end of the video here soon, maybe. Yeah, I think we are. I think I'm just gonna be doing the bathroom right now, and I think that's almost the only thing that's left. So I'm just doing the downstairs bathroom right here. Adding a toilet. I think it's just a half bath. Yeah, it just has a toilet and sinks, so it doesn't have a bathtub or anything. So it's a perfect little guest bathroom. And then just picking out some curtains right here. I thought this space underneath the windows looked a little bit empty, but in the end I chose to leave it anyway. Adding a little bench there by the entrance and doing a little hallway decorating here by the bathroom. So we're gonna be moving into the screenshots shortly here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys!